Hello. Okay, this should be recording and hopefully it won't cut out after a minute this time. This phone has no space on it apparently, so I need to be quick, which I'm not very good at. So yeah, welcome. Hello. You're probably wondering like why is this lunatic in a bathrobe talking to me first and foremost. Let's address that. So Pyrian Flax, sort of Dota personality, does these vlogs from his hotel room every morning of the International. And he does them sort of just to sum up his day and sort of what he saw the day before, all of that kind of stuff. And I really like those vlogs, so I'm shamelessly stealing his idea. Of course, this isn't the International, this is the Paris World Cup group stage, and mostly going to be talking about Team UK, as I try and get a good balance of the lighting as well. I'm just recording on my phone, doesn't have much battery space, so anyway, let's go. Let's talk about Team UK. Journey so far has been sort of really good for the team. We're a little bit disappointed against Germany, just a drop on that. But let's talk about the game against Germany. Like we prepared really hard for Germany. We knew that beating Germany was sort of the key to this tournament for us. Because we expected Germany to be sort of the second threat, so to speak, where, France, pretty strong team, right? There's a lot of Overwatch League talent on that roster. They are considerably challenging as I try and hold this at least somewhat steady, which is next to impossible, because I also need to not hit the back button, which is tough. It's tougher than it sounds. So yeah, we prepared really hard for Germany. We made sure that we could try and beat Germany, and we managed to do so, dropping a map to them. Like, it was just like a rotation was called too early, and so a couple of people ended up out of position. Germany capitalized really well, snowballed, and it's 2 CP, so like when that sort of snowball happens, it gets really difficult. Make sure to go over it and make sure that it's not going to happen again. It's fine. It's all good. And yeah, like Poland was a surprising match for us. We 4-0'd it, but they played better than we were expecting them to. We almost goofed it on Horizon, which again we discussed it. Horizon strat, we sort of we refined it, made sure that it works better now. We've been practicing it and making sure that we won't make the same mistakes, so we're a lot better on that map. It's just a couple of people executing the strategy a little bit wrong, which caused some issues, but we still won out, which is good news. Good news. Otherwise, like, before we talk about the Netherlands, I want to talk about like one or two other things because they sort of tie in to the Netherlands, and the first one is like there's like a narrative floating around that, oh, the UK, they're the most confident team here and also a little bit disrespectful. I'm not the happiest with the UK. They've been sort of making fun of other teams and teabagging in games. Oh, I don't like it. So let's address that. So first things first, we will only banter with a team that we are about to play, or that we don't banter after we've played with a team. Because that isn't banter, that's just rubbing it in, that's just being unsportsmanlike. We try and make sure that we only, we give it large to teams that we are about to play, because, then they have an opportunity to respond in the game. If they win or they start winning, then they can go, hey, we won. And then it's sort of fun for everybody, right? And they can also, before the game, like, they can banter back and go, oh, we're going to beat you. So, like, that's sort of a big part of why we do that, and it also helps the guys relax. And this is sort of the other thing, is that the team, like Team UK, this was true for last year, and it's also kind of true for this year, which is that Team UK is probably having the most fun out of everybody at the event. They are really having a good time, and that helps the players relax. That helps, like, and the fact that our players look so relaxed and having so much fun sort of unnerves the enemy and unnerves the other teams. I think the only other team that it comes close, well, sort of. Like, Poland are kind of having a really good time, I think, because our practice area is next to theirs and they're always playing loud music. They really seem to like the Fallout 76 song. Take me home, country roads, to the place where... And that's all we can hear from, like, the Poland dugout. Over that was some, like, dance bullshit. But then they'll start scrimming, and then suddenly someone on the Poland team just keeps slamming their table, like he dies or something. You just hear the calls, like, Winston, and slam. So someone on that team is tilting. But Poland, they've been doing well. They've actually been sort of doing better than we expected them to. Speaking of better than we expected, Italy. We got a game against them soon. They've been sneaking maps off people. I managed to spend a lot of time with Hal and Crystal Gecko, two of the Italian community, the Italian committee. Those guys were really fun to hang out with. They're quite happy. Like they didn't want to. Their goal going into this tournament was just to not lose everything, and so they've actually won a series, which is really nice for them. They snuck a couple of maps here and there, which is really cool to see. Like I'm actually really happy for them. I love the Italian community. They're a tight knit group, and there's a lot of pressure on the Italian team, which seems a little bit unfair, but that's just how it goes, I suppose. Let's see. So yeah, I wanted to mention all this stuff before Netherlands because with the Netherlands, like one of the weaknesses that we saw with the Netherlands was the first game against France because they played against France and they got 4-0'd, right? And now a big part of that I think was just the crowd. Like the French crowd is huge, and like the volume they produce, they sing songs, they chant. Like massive shout out to the Avec les Sex guys to get the crowd so riled and so passionate because the French crowd is massive for the French team. And so I imagine with like a lot of players who don't have LAN experience, well, you go onto a stage and everybody is shouting for the other team and it's deafening and I guarantee they can hear it. It's it's going to intimidate them, and so they're going to look bad. And then when they start losing, well, then it gets even worse. So we identified early that like the Netherlands could be rattled. They could be disturbed a little bit. And so, yeah, we just presented a confident front to them non-stop, and that worked amazingly. Like, the Netherlands played then really well against Germany. And so we were like, they're actually looking good. Like, the Netherlands is actually a solid team. So massive shout out to Flares, who sort of spent the night before going over the Dutch VOD, sent a bunch of notes to Hayes. We knew then that, like, we knew what the Netherlands were going to do before they even did it. And it played out really nicely in games. We sort of scrimmed a couple of times before the game, made sure that we sort of practiced the strategies we're going to use against the Netherlands. We knew exactly what they're going to play on the maps, and we knew what maps they were going to pick. And so when we sort of got into the game, it was really nice to see, sort of from my perspective, where we're sort of just watching in the crowd, and at that point, you just got to let them go, right? You just got to let them play at that point. And it was nice seeing them just execute the strategies that we'd come up with. Apparently, I talked to Chu, who's sort of our second coach. He's been helping out with Hayes, and we got him here. He's been absolutely great. He's a phenomenal guy, really nice bloke. And we've been sort of, we were chatting afterwards, and it was like, it's really nice to see the players, Hayes just says, hey, yeah, they should do this now, and then they just do it. Because those are the plans that we've come up with. They're executing on those plans, and when they do, they look amazing. So it was really nice to see, and there's some really good obvious examples of like on Oasis, on Garden, for example, we came out with this McCree strategy that's really solid against a lot of comps, and we knew that the Dutch, if they decided to run goats, specifically Moira goats, that we could just go back to spawn before the point unlocks, swap to Zenyatta goats and beat them, and that's kind of exactly what happened, right? That's exactly what took place. Really solid. So we're really proud of the guys. They've been playing super well. They've been also, super relaxed. They're so fun to hang around with. They're real sort of. They come out with some really weird shit at times, but they're hilarious. They're having a good time, and with our team, like that helps. That helps a lot because it just keeps them calm, keeps them relaxed, and they're taking it seriously enough. They understand that this is super important for their careers, but they also know that they can make some memories, I suppose. Like the phrase they use is making memories. And so, they're having a good time. So yeah, we'll almost qualify for BlizzCon. Technically, I think Italy has to like 4-0 us and then 4-0... Is it France? No, I don't think it's France. It might be, yeah, they have to 4-0 us and France. Kind of a tall order. Oh no, not France, Germany I think they played today. I can't remember. But they have to get 2 4-0s. Good luck to them. It's a weird position. Like I think the real shout out to Italy there is, hey, you are one of the last teams standing in this, which is not what people expected going in, considering Germany and Netherlands were around. But yeah, otherwise, like it's been a blast. It's been phenomenal. Thank you to everyone as well who's come up and said hello. Like it's a huge pleasure to meet you all. It's nice being in Europe for a change, and people seem to recognize me more here, which is really nice. Huge shout out to the French casters as well. We've been listening to them in the theater. I was a little bit like, oh, we're going to listen to the French. Ooh. But no, it's been really fun. Like the French cast is really nice to listen to. They have energy, they have hype, and it's French, so they got a pretty language. Ooh, all these pretty French people there. Well, we're all just goblins from the UK. So yeah. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think of this sort of thing. I will maybe record one tomorrow before I leave. I've got a long time before my flight. So yeah, it's been really really good. The UK team, they're on high spirits. Respectfully, they are playing super well, and we couldn't be more proud of them, I suppose. So here's hoping BlizzCon on the horizon. Just got to take one map off Italy, I think, and we're guaranteed. But here's hoping for first seed. We won that first seed. We won that win against France. France looking mortal. I said as much to Nuki after the Germany match, where they well, not after we beat Netherlands, I managed to run into her, and they went close against France, and it's like, well, hello, France, looking mortal. We definitely think we can beat them. Which, if I was French, I might be a little bit salty that your team of Overwatch League professionals, high tier Overwatch League professionals, aren't looking quite as clean as they could be. Alright, I'm going to end it here before I run out of disk space on this thing, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next time. Doodles.